I did something a little different this time. With the cover of this latest book, rather than do it digitally, using Photoshop brushes and things, I decided to make the blood element on the cover practically. I picked up a big pad of paper, some red ink, and made some bloodstains and spatters. DvsM's covers have a language. The covers and the art inside are meant to have the aesthetic of the classified documents they're supposedly drawn from, so stark black on white. But each cover also has something else, a splash of blood, and in the blood are voids, revealing the form of something that was there. The form of something that has been, to stick with the metaphor, redacted. The subject is gone, but we can make out the shape of it in the pain left behind, so to speak. Originally, these stains were more visually ambiguous, always blood-like, but sometimes they looked a little like a dust storm, or maybe clouds. But they gradually became more explicitly blood. I'm always looking for little ways to push what I'm doing farther than before. I don't want to get stagnant or get lazy, but that's easier said than done, right? I mean, we all want to get better and better, but sometimes, maybe even often, it's hard to know how to do that. There is a little trick I can play on myself to help me figure out ways to push farther than I have in the past. It's sort of a hack. I want you to try it and tell me if it works for you too. Here's the trick. I ask myself, what would a real creator do in a situation like this? I mean a serious artiste, someone far better than me, or even a little better than me. If I went to some super talented, expensive savant and had them do a DvsM, what's the extra thing they do that I'm not doing? What's the different approach they'd take? Or the way they'd compose this panel or write this conversation that would make me say, yeah, that's a lot better. I asked myself this when it was time to make a cover for my new book, DvsM 2001, The Soldier, on sale now. And my feeling was this imaginary dynamo would make the cover's bloodstain elements practically rather than digitally. So they would look a little better, a little cooler, a little more bespoke, a little more tangibly real. This is better and more fun, and it never occurred to me until I did the trick. Now think about that. What is happening there? The funny thing about this exercise, imagining what a better person would do, is that the better person you imagine is someone you're imagining. And the thing this better person is doing that never occurred to you is something you just thought to do. You just couldn't get there before. That more talented, more imaginative artist is in fact just you, but behind a strange door you yourself built in your brain and then closed. This trick or exercise or hack or whatever you want to call it is just a sneaky way to jimmy the lock. Why does this work? Why do you think it works? I honestly don't know. Some neurologist out there probably does, but I don't. Someone suggested that maybe this exercise is a workaround for imposter syndrome. Maybe. I don't think I suffer from imposter syndrome, but if I had imposter syndrome, I guess I wouldn't think I had it, right? So maybe, I don't know. I know other people, including some friends of mine, would say what it does is make you more open to receiving. Receiving an idea. Receiving inspiration. There are people who quite literally believe there's something out there we have to tune into, be it Rick Rubin's Source, capital S, or Stephen Pressfield's Muses, and perhaps this exercise puts you in a listening state, able to hear those messages. I personally don't think that's a thing, but it is obvious that something about that mentality, the mentality of what would a more talented person be doing, is more conducive to creativity and generating or maybe discovering or revealing ideas. The approach seems to put your mind in the right place for things to happen. My best guess, I think maybe it works because it displaces the pressure of creativity. There's none of the tightness or anxiety I can feel from being put on the spot for a good idea. The burden's now shifted to this imaginary other, this better artist who isn't cowed by being put on the spot to come up with something. In any case, I think this phenomenon is a kissing cousin to the experience of experiencing art. You look at a painting, or you listen to some music, or you read a book or a comic or watch a movie or look at a tarot card or whatever, and it unlocks something. It causes a breakthrough in understanding not something about the art you're looking at, but about yourself. I have a quote pinned above my workspace. It says, "The creative process is an inward journey done outwardly." Experiencing art completes that circle. It's the outward engagement with something that allows you to access interiority. Art you respond to is a key. It's something that helps you see the thing inside of yourself that was so deep and wordless it was almost invisible. But now, for having encountered the art, you see it. It's right there. It has been the whole time, and it's strange you never noticed it before. So for me, and hopefully for you too, the takeaway is maybe the fun or new or better ideas don't come as easily as you'd like. Maybe you have to trick yourself into finding them, or maybe they take a long time to come. But here's the thing to concentrate on. However hard it is to channel it, however long it takes to find it, at the end of the day, it was in you. That artist in your imagination with the slightly better ideas than yours, that glowing, effortlessly creative person is actually you. We all just gotta figure out how to close the gap between where we are and where that person lives.